Look at this. Look at this. I'm running late. Oh, too much faff. Too much faff. Couldn't find my bloody house keys, could I? Couldn't find them anywhere. I mean, I found them in the end, obviously, and where they were is irrelevant. It's the hunt that cost me 10 fucking minutes of my life. I need to get some fuel as well. That's gonna add to my time debt. Oh, timekeeping's awful. Absolutely awful. Oh, just too much faff. I mean, it didn't help that I found, well, I say found, I remembered we had like a big can of Fabrisol, so I treated my groin area of my waterproofs, or retreated, not treated the groin, you know what I mean? I sprayed it on there, sprayed it. I've got my big thick gloves on and I can't feel a fucking thing. Life is terrible, absolutely awful. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I was supposed to be having a good week this week. I got good sleep. I slept. Rest and recuperation over the weekend. And I've ruined it by being a grumpy bitch on a Thursday morning. Oh well. After the absolute hammering I took from the rain Monday, I think I deserve to be a little grumps. But I did notice that my waterproofs, they just like pull over, you know, waterproofs. They're not like padded or anything. And they are about 2 years old, so the fact that there's some leakage is probably to be expected, considering that I use them a fair bit. So it's the seams, gets in at the seams. I've got a new pair on the way. That'll do me for the time being while I get a chance to go down to like a big J&S or something and have a look around at the gear, get some actual waterproof riding trousers, see if that makes a difference. I just don't really like the idea of having to constantly get like changed and stuff and carry different sets of clothes with me when it comes to going to work. It's all just a bit of pain in the arse. Lights will probably go green by the time I get there, so I'm just gonna avoid the racist lights altogether. I was watching the Picky Biker midweek mumble yesterday, and the discussion was about cameras and stuff like that. And it surprises me how many people are jumping on the DJI 5 so soon. Just to quickly clarify, that's not because I think that it's a bad camera, but like if I try recording at 4K 30 FPS, I'm in for a world of pain in the arse to edit. Everything just takes so. I mean, it might just simply be because my computer is like really old at this point. But anything above that, my PC just shits the bed. Just does not want to deal with it at all. So long to just simply like, even like previewing it stutters and horrible. So I'm just wondering what kind of like editing setup people have got that can just quite happily boost the like the resolution and file size. I mean, that's really what's stopping me from any kind of like large camera upgrade. Is just simply because the ability to edit is a nightmare for me. Even when I was doing the front-facing one, I didn't really like the picture quality too much, for one thing. But the amount of time it added to my edit was unreal. Just chugging through, trying to be able to like render them both. Maybe it's the way I'm doing it. I don't know. It's probably my fault. Most things are. Protect. Have a snack. Oh, come on! No fuel. Fuck my life. What's the point in you? I'm gonna get off the fucking bike and go in the shop and piss around. Pain in the arse. Come on, press the button. Cheers. Thank you. At least I'm warm. Do you know what? That at least I am nice and warm. I've got my warmth game down. I'm a sniffy game. Sniffy. I've started using essentially my waterproof like over jacket. And I've just been like wearing whatever jacket I want underneath, but then just keeping like keys and bits and stuff like that in the rain bit, so I can kind of swap jackets much faster without having to like empty out all the pockets and make sure that I've remembered to carry all my keys and gubbins. I'm actually wearing like my high-vis RST jacket, and then I've covered the high-vis up. You can't get me with shame. It's just much more convenient. Well, like that extra layer of like wind protection. Oh, if it wasn't for the fact that I've got it slightly open at the neck for just a bit of a cool breeze, I mean, I wouldn't realise I was outside moving at like any sort of speed at all. So comfortable, so good. Oh yeah, I did check actually this morning, and I think I do have a little bit of a water leak on my boots, which actually pisses me off quite a lot because they're supposed to be waterproof. Like the entire reason I bought them was because they're like, I didn't have anything that was truly waterproof anymore. I mean, my Spada Pilgrims, I've had them for like maybe 5 years or so at this point, and I usually use saddle soap, not to polish, but like I use saddle soap to clean and like a balm thing to look after the leather, but you know, it still lets in a bit of moisture. I'm hoping if I try a bit of Fibrosol around the seams of these boots, then that should sort the problem out. I mean, one of the problems with commuting by bike, you know, it's mornings like today when I was in a rush of my own doing, obviously, and the thought can like pop into your head there to just go, well, I'll skip this bit of gear, I'll skip that bit of gear, that'll take too much time. Like, whereas, you know, normally if you're in a car, you can literally just sort of like jump in and go, but you got to make sure that, you know, all your boots and belts and neck thing, helmet, yep, just checking, are all done up properly. Need more discipline. Second time though that Tesco petrol station's been not open. Such a pain in the bum. I might start trying to refuel of an evening. I can't be late for home, can I? So quickly pulling in to top up isn't going to have that much of an effect, as opposed to days like today when at 6:30 I should already be in Bootle. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference in the grand scheme of things, considering I don't have set shift work patterns or anything like that. It just annoys me. It annoys me. And now I've got someone fucking right up my arse. I wonder if I just notice tailgaters more during the winter because the headlights are always on. It becomes more annoying. Whereas when the headlights aren't anything to deal with, I just couldn't really give too much of a shit. When you get the bright lights, I don't even think most people realise they're doing it either. I think they've got no concept of how close they get to other people's cars, you know, and how much that affects things like stopping distances and reaction times and stuff. I mean, where exactly does it expect me to go at this point? Look how far it got him! Haha, I can say it. Now the temptation here is to chase, get pretty close. Look at the state at the back of his car. If I hang out on the outside, I get the best bounce of lights, don't I? Right in his fucking little cheeky face. The question there would be, do two wrongs make a right? My answer would be no, but it does make it funny. Wouldn't it be really funny if like I followed him all the way to work and he sits down next to me? Well, one thing actually springs to mind. On that midweek mumble, you were talking about, or one of the guys, can't remember his name, was talking about a splitter cable for 2 audio inputs. I might, because I don't think they're going to be expensive cables, I might pick one of them up. It might take a bit of fiddling maybe to have like a mic pointing like towards the back of me to pick up more engine sound. I don't know if the levels would be all wonky then or not sure, but yeah, I'm tempted to give it a go actually, see what the score is. It'd be worth picking up a spare microphone anyway. That seems to be one of the ways of, well, I think, of increasing video quality, because I'm not entirely sure if there's much point going beyond. You can only upload in fucking 4K anyway, so going much further beyond that. And high frame rates are better for slow-mo fuckery. I believe. Although there is an argument to be made about the 4.3 recording aspect ratio, because it gives you a little bit of scope there if you want to reframe the video a bit more or focus in on something. Instead of having to just deal with it. Tootle to the front, tootle toots. But having a good mixture of audio and engine noise, I think that's the key, that is. I don't know why it's the key, because there are plenty of people who just have riding videos and then they add the music in or something, where it's essentially like the ride video and the music that makes the video. I've said video quite a few times. But for someone such as myself who doesn't shut up, being able to mix the two well, and avoid that dreaded wind noise. Oh, I'll get you, Mother Nature. That's it, isn't it? Oh, imagine that. Imagine you can hear my voice and no wind noise and just the sound of the engine roaring away. This guy's an absolute fucking plebby plebs. So 40 mile an hour, you can do 40. Ooh, pink car. Why can't people go 40 or more when the weather can? Ugh. How far it got him this far, and much more further. What am I on? 10 minutes to get to work. Not fucking happening. I could do it in 15 though, I think. Definitely won't be showing you that. Basically, that is my goal, really, is to get a really nice mixture of audio quality. Because the problem is, if you run sound through Adobe, and I'll clean it up as best as I can to remove a lot of any high-pitched whistling and sort the audio out, so I'm nice and crisp and clear. The problem is, because you can't hear what I hear, which is the V4 and the VTEC kicking in, and it sounds amazing, but you only really get a pale shadow of that on the recording. Another way to do it would be to use just a complete external microphone, one of those fancy ones, which I do have. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a fancy one. I think it might be one of those instances where I just didn't quite spend enough. That's the problem, I think, with moto vlogging. And in terms of equipment, you're trying to find the best fit. There's no solution custom made, is there? It's all action cameras can be used for a variety of different things, or fucking a car like this being sit in the middle lane like a prick. You've got the drift cameras. They did start to go that way, but I don't think the quality's there in terms of picture or stabilization. And it looks like you're limited to side of the helmet only, where I don't know, but the front facing ones seem to be where the magic happens. Too many slow ass people. Those lights are gonna go fucking red, aren't they?